Welcome to Glasgow Fire Doors. Here's why this message is so important. Did you know that over 60% of fire doors are not fit for purpose? Are yours? Fire doors slow down and contain the spread of fire through your property. They can mean the difference between life and death. So how can you tell if they're compliant? Well, look for labels or markings that show the door is third-party certificated and has traceability back to the original manufacturer. Secondly, look that the door is marked correctly with the appropriate signage and that it closes tightly against the frame. Third, ensure that the door or the frame has the fire and smoke seal and that the door closes correctly with an even gap all around of about 4mm. Check the fire-rated hinges are fitted firmly in the door and that there are no missing screws. And lastly, make sure the door is not damaged or ever wedged or propped open. Businesses and duty holders often have fire alarms and fire extinguishers, but they ignore the critical safety factor, which is your fire doors. The fire extinguisher can only do so much. The fire alarm is just a noise to tell you that the fire is there. But a fit-for-purpose, compliant fire door will contain the fire. Now, compliant meaning manufactured, installed and maintained by suitably qualified individuals or organisations. It will stop the fire and buy you valuable time to either evacuate the property or save the rest of the building and save lives too. Now, once installed, the fire door should be inspected. It's more cost effective if they're maintained on a regular basis. Recommendations state that fire doors should be regularly inspected, much like your fire alarms and fire extinguishers. Now, there are certain questions that you want to ask an installation or maintenance contractor. Now, here are some examples of poorly installed fire doors. These are real-life examples that we've discovered in our day-to-day work. So, for example, gaps between the frames and the structure not being sealed with intumescent mastic with the correct test evidence in places for fire door sets. Excessive gaps means the fire can pass through the gap. Or locks with no protection. Ideally, locks and hinges are fitted with intumescent material which will expand to make the door airtight. Holes in doors create weak spots. Intumescent seals sometimes are missing or damaged over time. Doors which have been worked on or repaired by unqualified contractors, which leaves vulnerabilities that fire will exploit. Badly damaged or twisted doors. So when you're choosing the third-party certification route, you need to ask questions of the installers and the maintainers on your behalf. That will provide the confidence that the product will be installed and maintained correctly. It also provides confidence that the product will perform as required, therefore reducing risk. You might be asking, why do you need third-party certification? Well, quality matters more to some than others. Test evidence covers the product tested, but it may not reflect the ongoing quality of products on the production line. Even when manufactured correctly, poor or incorrect installation and ongoing maintenance can seriously undermine the capabilities of a performance-critical product. Certification helps to demonstrate due diligence in the event of an incident. And long term, it's just more cost effective. So here's a quick outline of how products are manufactured, then installed, and then regularly maintained. Obviously, when the product is initially produced, there are certain test requirements that it has to go through. There are documented specifications and there are clear installation instructions. There's factory production control requirements. So when the product is manufactured, there's an initial audit visit There'll be periodic audit visits to test that the product is still compliant, and if it is, it's marked as a certified product. Now, once installed, it has to be installed, first of all, by trained installers. There'll be an initial examination. There'll be initial audit visit to make sure the product is compliant, and there'll be periodic audit visits as well. And therefore, passing those tests, the product is marked as certified work. So when do you need to specify third-party certification? At every stage. When the product is manufactured, it's certified. When it's installed, it's certified. And ongoing maintenance has to be certified. So if you'd like to know more, you can download our fire door checklist to see if your fire doors are fit for purpose and would last long enough to keep you safe. Just visit glasgowfiredoors.com. Glasgow Fire Doors are a trading name of Tri-Square Construction Solutions Limited.